ninomiyac. Why is it every YouTuber I like has some weird-ass, impossible-to-pronounce username? Claire from San Francisco. Claire from San Francisco made a video called Creepy Digital Love 4.0 about obsessive love, which reminded me of an obsessive YouTube relationship I had. Now, I define a YouTube romance as a relationship you have with someone you, of course, meet on YouTube. You can interact with that person any way you want, except in person. If you meet that person in the flesh, it becomes something else. Something terrifying. Anyway, about a year ago, when I was using the Japanese-sounding username David Kabuki, I met this Japanese-looking girl on YouTube named, I can't use her real name, I'll call her something Japanese-sounding like Budokan or Bushido or Akaki. Brad, I'll just refer to her Brad. I came across Brad on her channel called, I say the real name, Pearl Necklace. And I'm looking at her Pearl Necklace channel, and her first video's on there, and she's wearing headphones. She's in an internet cafe. You can't hear the music, but you can hear her singing in broken English along with the song John Lennon's Imagine. And it was the sweetest, most unpretentious, disarming thing I've ever witnessed on YouTube. I mean, I was in love before the song ended. And, with me, it's always been love at first sight. Yeah, I am not stupid. I became her first subscriber. My comment to her was, this is so bizarre, I love it. And more videos came. I'd comment, she'd reply. Then private messages started. I found out she was from Mongolia, not Japan. She was living in Spain. She spoke Russian, Spanish, and English in that order. And I never thought anything would happen. I mean, she's in her 20s. I'm old enough to be something her ancestors evolved from. I just wanted an excuse to stay in touch with her. So I started sending her poetry, and sometimes I'd have a YouTuber friend of mine translate it into Spanish for her. She'd kind of flirt back with Spanish messages. I'd have to have him translate, and finally I worked up the nerve to call her. And the first time we spoke, I was as nervous as hell. And I think she picked up on that because she said to me, David, be brave. And so I was brave, and I told her right then I loved her. And we talked for hours, and at some point she said she loved me too. And more phone calls followed. We started instant messaging, video calls. My whole life seemed to revolve around when I communicate with her next. And things got crazy. I didn't know it was possible to do instant message sex, but now I know for a fact I'm able to perform two tasks with my hands at the same time. And it seems like we did everything real couples did. She'd get jealous over comments that she saw I left on other women's pages. I got jealous of her male subscribers, and she'd send me these private videos where she'd yammer about she was feeling trapped and needed more space, and blah, blah, blah. And then she broke up with me. And I got so upset that I blocked her. And the breakup lasted all of 12 hours. She instant messaged me that she missed me, and before I knew it, we were having instant message make-up sex. Now, you haven't lived until you've had instant message make-up sex. I mean, I've got blisters on my fingers, that kind of thing. And she started a new channel. I can't say the name of that either. It's called Money Shots. Things went back the way they were. We even started another channel where she was reading my poetry in Spanish, and that was just beautiful. I mean, there was a little brat with her long jet black hair, and her strange breathy accent, slowly reading my poetry in another language. It was too good to be true. And it was. She broke up with me again, and I don't even remember the reason she gave me. But she deleted Money Shot, she deleted the Poetry Channel, she deleted all those videos that were so precious to me. It was like she was gone without a trace. There was no trace of her left, like she was a ghost. It's like she was never there. And sometimes I wonder if I had imagined her in my head, if she actually ever existed. But, the thing is, looking back, as crazy as this might sound, that YouTube romance was more real to me than a lot of ones I've had in real life. And I could tell you a lot more, but as explicit as I've been, there is more I could tell you. But the thing is, I know she's watching. I found out that she subscribed to me under yet another name, and it makes me kind of nervous. But honey, brat, since I know you're watching, I want to tell you something, and it's right from the heart. And that's just thanks. Thanks for ripping out my heart, stomping on it, and leaving it for dead in the back alley of broken dreams twice. Once wasn't good enough for you, destroying my psyche. No, you had to come back and sink your fangs in one more time just to make sure you got every last bit of my soul out of there. When you typed, "I belong to someone," on your YouTube channel, you could have told me it was Satan, giving me a little heads up. But God, and what was all this about? I need my space. You were on the other side of the world. You want space? Why don't you strap yourself to the next satellite probe going out to Jupiter? Maybe when you're in orbit around that gas giant, that'll be enough space for you. I don't know, And in case you're wondering how I found out you're subscribed to me, I typed the keywords succubus, hellspawn, and strumpet into the YouTube search engine, and bam, your page came up. And just so you know, all those times we had instant message sex, I was thinking of YouTube's Hot for Words. I'm not bitter. That's it.